Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Canada can become a country of broken dreams, and this video has been basically inspired by one of my subscribers who I met, who it became exactly that to his family. Unfortunately, even though he watched my videos and he came here and he said that depressed, unhappy, and really doesn't even know how to deal with it. So I found out there is a lot of people like that. It's a smaller percentage of people, but it is a lot of people if you look at a big scale of it. And it's a big issue for people's lives in Canada being very pathetic, miserable, I would even say, because they were not prepared when they were coming to Canada. They watched too many optimistic and too many nice videos praising Canada, showing how beautiful it is, which it is, how many opportunities it has, which it does have, and how beautiful the life is, which it is here. But unfortunately, there is a trap. There is a trap that you can get into while coming to Canada. I'm going to break this trap down so that people who are watching this video are not going to get entangled into a miserable existence in this beautiful world's best country, I would say, and have a very bad life here. Because I want you to, every one of you who are watching this video, be very successful in this country and not get trapped into that trap. And it's easy to get in and it's very difficult to get out. So here's how it happens. Well, first of all, how do people choose cities? They know Vancouver, they know Toronto, and a lot of people have somebody there, so they know someone there, and they come there because they're expecting those people to help them there. So, and that's how everyone else came there, to those major metropolitan cities like Toronto, let's say, Vancouver. A lot of immigrants in Toronto, they're coming there and they're like, yeah, somebody, I know at least one person there, so why would I come to Calgary? I don't know anyone there, let's say, and I heard it's cold there. I never heard about that city, which is actually rated better than Toronto in terms of life standards. But anyways, they went there, let's say, and now they realize that they're on their own. Like, yeah, maybe they would get you a ride from the airport. Maybe some people do help, but a lot of times you have to realize you're on your own in this country, and it doesn't matter if you know one person somewhere or the other person somewhere. You're still on your own. So they end up coming there, and they ended up with hundreds of thousands of people just like them, who are very willing to, like, you are getting into a rat race now. There's people who are really willing to take any kind of jobs. Now, think about this way. That's fine. That's the reality of Canada. You have to compete and you have to get out of it. If you ended up there, that's why I left Toronto. That's why I came to Calgary. I love that place because I didn't want the rat race anymore, and Calgary made me successful here. But anyways, here's what happens. And the other point is, one of my subscribers came here. He's a guy, but it can be a woman. It doesn't matter. If you are a middle-aged person and you have a family and you are coming to Canada, let's say, so you have immediate expenses. So let's say you have 2 kids. Maybe you might even have more. So you come here and immediately, you cannot just have roommates. So you cannot get yourself a $200 shared room or $500 room in somebody else's apartment, let's say, and you are like, okay, now what should I need an apartment. You get an apartment, you get a paying job, because you don't get to choose when you come. You don't have Canadian work experience, so companies will not hire you, and it takes time. And if you don't have enough savings, and if you do have savings, they run off very fast. They just get spent so fast. It's a very expensive country. So now you get any kind of job, just to settle for something. Now you have a job now that is paying you something. Now after paying the taxes, you realize that that job could be paying you exact amount as your rent is, or maybe a little bit more. But now you have to pay for groceries, and after the food expenses, like, you have nothing. You have the rent, the food, and nothing else. So you might even need more money now to exist, because your spouse might be not working. It's not 2 people working, 1 person working. Difficult now. And you have to send your kids to school, childcare and other expenses, and like it keeps on climbing up. You get a second job, and let's say you're working a full time and then you're driving for Uber, for Lyft to make more money. After watching my videos, you realize that you can make some extra money like that. I made videos about Uber in the past. I used to drive for Uber part-time in the past myself, and I'm sure you have watched some of those videos if you've been on this channel for some time. If you haven't, I recommend you subscribe if you want to know anything about Canada and things about real estate. I'm a realtor myself in Calgary, Alberta with eXp Realty. My contacts will be in the description of this video. But anyhow, let's say another challenge for this on top of this. So now you came to this country and you realize that, okay, I'm not making as much money. It's very difficult. You have so much of jobs to do, and now let's say you were a lawyer back home, or a doctor, or a nurse, or whichever your profession, specialization. Now you realize you need to get your licensing done in Canada so you can have the same kind of job. And after working so many hours, full-time, plus part-time, plus coming home and family and wife or husband, you're drained out. And you have no strength, no motivation, nothing whatsoever to get the studying done, to get that licensing done, to get your language up, to get your skills up, to get some new skills or some education in Canada, to get some other job. So you don't have time for that. You need to make money to provide for your own family. And it's fine. This is let me tell you guys, it's fine, because if you're coming to Canada, you should be prepared to start all over. Now here's the situation. I know a guy who was a realtor in Dubai and he was very successful, came to Canada, didn't realize you need a license in here, and think the person is going to get the license eventually. But having a really luxury lifestyle and now starting all over and doing bottom level jobs can be very stressful. Now, if you look, I know other people who have been lawyers back home now just doing random office admin jobs. I was like, oh, it's difficult. They're trying to get admitted into the bar to get their licensing in Canada now. So it can be very stressful. Now there is an emotional pressure because you're starting all over. You know, you're not getting valued as you were back home. You need some licensing to get access to a certain profession, and there is nobody to help you, and you have this burden. You have your own family, you have your own spouse, you have to take care, you have the immediate expenses, and it can, for the first 1 year, 2 years, it's fine. But if you are doing it for the 5 years, at some point your motivation is zero, your inspiration is zero, and you're looking around and you get surrounded by the people like yourself in the same kind of conundrum and entanglement, and now the life can become really pathetic in Canada. So this is the trap, guys. I want to first say that first thing is to not get into this trap is that you watch this video, give it a thumbs up, because you already know that it exists. Now that you know that it exists, now you can avoid it. So my first recommendation is, number one is, don't get yourself surrounded by your own community only. Don't do what I did. I just stayed the hell out of my own community for as long as I could. Now I'm in touch with my community, but I'm only in touch with those people who are very open-minded. I don't talk to those guys who are, you know, dragging you down, who have very negative experiences of Canada, and I'm trying to stay away from that. So don't get entangled into that kind of community of people who are stuck, who are going to get you down and not give you any, you know, positive energy and reinforcement to success. Number two is, once you are in Canada, you know, you have to start all over. So start networking. Networking, complicated word, build relationships, friendships, connections. That's it. Start, if you are a Muslim, go to a mosque, Christian, go to church, and a Hindu temple if you're a Hindu, and whatever, you know, synagogue, just like go to explore your own community, start building a relationship. The more people you know, the easier it gets. So as soon as you're here, grab any kind of job. But just you have to act fast. Don't stay in that low pain, garbage job that you can get right away because you need to pay your immediate expenses. Just don't waste your time. In next 1-2 years, get another one. Keep on moving. Don't stay hungry. You know, you have to apply for other jobs. You have to get some skills. You have to do some licensing. You have to be hungry. You have to keep on going. This is the only way to be successful in Canada. So you have to on a short period of time before you lose that motivation, before you get entangled in that community and into that kind of prism of perception of, I don't want to go talk psychology here, but I'm a little bit fascinated with that topic. But what I want to say is that you can get stuck for good for a very long period of time, and Canadian dream can be a broken dream for, and it is a broken dream for a lot of people. So don't be one of those people. Act fast before you lose motivation. Get inspired by others, build more connections, apply for other jobs, quit your job that you have. Okay, you don't like it? Apply and just like get the hell out of there. Keep jumping. You keep jumping, that's how you make more money in Canada. You cannot, if you want to stay in one job, I've seen so many people staying for 15 years at one job, and I just joined and I was already making more money than them. Because you have to keep jumping, keep moving. This is how it is in Canada. You can negotiate a better salary for yourself. You know, and all of a sudden, I'll tell you this, you expect to make less money, and after a few years, I would say try to get into $100,000 range. And, you know, like you start below, get to $60,000, then 70, 80, 90, 100, and then over 100, 120, 150, you're already doing very good. So don't worry about it. You're doing very good now. You know, at that range. So yeah, I'm just saying. So keep jumping. Find some time to get your skills, get your licensing done, get your education done. If you were a very successful realtor in Dubai, and that's a person who inspired me to make this video, get your licensing. I can even send you a link on the Real Estate Council of Alberta where to apply, and you can read how to get it done, start doing what you love, be successful in this country. Canada is not a country of broken dreams. Canada is a country of success. You came to Toronto, too much of a rat race? Come to Calgary. I'll even help you buy a house here. As you know, I'm a realtor with the XP here myself in Calgary, Alberta. My contacts will be in the description of this video too. Housing is way more affordable, 2-3 times cheaper than there. So the houses are cheaper here, the jobs are paying more. Get out of that place if it's too much. If it's overcrowded and not paying you too much. That's one recommendation. I'd say don't move to Calgary. Don't go to another city if you want. Go to Montreal. I don't know. Go somewhere. Don't get attached to one place in Canada. I want to say, guys, if you were able to immigrate to Canada, leave your home country behind, you should be able to easily leave that one city in Canada and move to another place. You should be able to quit that one low-paying job in Canada and get a better one. You should be able to do that. So, and do that sooner than later, because later on it gets emotionally difficult, and if you get depressed, it gets even more difficult. So, I want to say, guys, Canada is an amazing country, and I know so many people who are so successful. I helped so many people purchase their homes out of Ontario and BC. In Calgary, Alberta, last year, so many people moved, and they immigrated and they built their future, and they are very successful in that. And there are way more people who are successful than those who are stuck in that entanglement. So I just want to say, guys, don't lose your time, don't lose your hope, and don't lose your motivation. I am telling you, you can do it, you can make a lot of money, you can have a good house, you can have a great life, and you can actually enjoy life in Canada as much as everybody else here. Just change your friends, change your city, change your job, keep on doing it until you succeed. Guys, I want to say that Canada is not a country of broken dreams, and it shouldn't be that way. And if you are fighting with some depression and you need help, there are places to go to. So make sure you don't give up on yourself. And I wish you all the best. Don't think that don't think that you're alone in this. There are so many people who are like that. Let's say if you are one of the people who are depressed, don't think that you are alone. You're not alone, and this is a big issue, and that's why I'm addressing it in this video, so that you never get trapped in it. I wish you all success and all the best in your new life in Canada, which has, in my opinion, guys, I think that Canada is way more advanced even than United States. I just came from Seattle. Oh my God, guys! I was in the airport. Airport sucks. And the people were so lazy there. I came to Calgary, different dimension. Honestly, I love it here. See you guys soon. All the best.